1, 2, 3. Welcome to a podcast about nothing with V
and AD. She's mad. Sorry.
Cause she pressed. Y'all saw it though. Y'all saw her press play or start and go.
You told me.
See, I'm ready. You're not.
I was on time. Trying to tell you.
Okay.
Hey guys.
Hey, so we're here. We have two very special guests.
Oh, guests on the show. Guests on the show.
Ooh,
Davina broke the button on the soundboard so we could have applause.
I did it. You want to tell the truth?
The applause one you did break.
No, I didn't.
Where's that to?
See, I'm about to quit. I'm about to quit. Anyway, please introduce yourself. You've been on the show a million times.
Right. Came up with your own tag and everything.
But you're supposed to say it as an intro.
Oh, we're here with the Cameo with Mo. This is my British accent.
Why? Is that the voice that you use every time?
I don't know.
It's so cockney. It's terrible. Why are you laughing so hard?
Her.
What am I supposed to say? Oh, my name's Monique. Hello.
Cameo with Mo and
Cameos with Mo. Just offering my 2 cents.
Thank you for it.
You're very welcome. Mm-hmm. You'll get an invoice from the team.
Oh.
Not an invoice.
Who is the first?
And who are you?
That's all I hear.
Hi, I'm Jaden.
I'm the daughter.
Yeah, I'm V's daughter.
Oh, she old.
She doesn't call her mom.
I do, but
I know. I'm just playing.
I know you said V. That's weird. Call her V the whole episode.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is your chance.
This is
you got
professional.
60 minutes.
oh, okay.
Is that it? Yeah, minutes.
Is that how much?
Almost said 60 hours.
Looking
about-
for permission.
You about to call me V?
She's looking for permission.
Hey,
Like, is it okay?
How are you?
Yes, this is a professional setting. Absolutely.
She's grown.
And thank you for tuning in. This episode is now done. Anyway, so this episode, this conversation is about complexion.
And the lack thereof
Yeah.
representation of the complexions of the dark hues in the world.
Wow, look at how we
I was
sat.
just gonna say, it's like
Look at this.
Davina's racist.
So you agree you're on the fairer side,
I was trying to switch it up, honestly. I was.
You ain't saying nothing though.
but look
What
how
else
we
was to say?
naturally sat though.
Does this happen
This
in real
feels like
life?
science class in middle school.
I mean, I know it happens with like black kids in predominantly white schools because I know my group of friends did it. What? My group of black friends, we all stayed together.
100%. You
I
go to your
did it.
tribe. It's where you're comfortable.
Yeah. And it wasn't on purpose. Like, we weren't like only the black people. It's just that we just migrated
Yep.
to ourselves.
Why do you think that is?
Because of what we were taught.
What do you
Also,
mean?
it's probably just where you feel most comfortable. Like,
Yeah, that's what I think too.
where am I going to sit with the Caucasians? With both shoes. I don't want to wear Simply Southern.
I can't even lie.
You say what?
I said I'm comfortable around black people. I can't lie.
I'm more comfortable. Like, I wouldn't want to live in an all-white neighborhood.
That's funny. I just said that today. I wouldn't.
I definitely wouldn't. We know.
Definitely wouldn't want to do all black
I
either.
could. Doesn't mean I want to, but I could. But
I-
that's what I grew up with, so.
True, which we definitely will get into.
Did you grew up in an all white neighborhood though?
No, but I wasn't in my neighborhood. Like, I would wake up and escape and go to the all-white neighborhood with the all-white kids and the all-white school. That's where I spent the
Yeah,
night.
true.
I didn't grow up in my own neighborhood. You know what I mean?
True.
So, but I mean, when I got the chance, I definitely gravitated towards
Living around the
my
block.
kind of people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I about to say living around white people.
Did you feel more comfortable or?
Yeah, it was just nice to have. I mean, like, for example, like my high school, I was the only black person in my grade. So I didn't have other people to gravitate to,
True.
you know. But then I befriended people in grades younger than me, older than me. You know, my friends outside of my own grade were all black.
Literally.
It just so happened that
Really?
my grade,
Yeah.
all my friends outside of my grade are black. It just is everyone who was in my grade happened to be white, so that's who I befriended.
Dang, I didn't even register it. But now that I think about all your friends, it's like they were either the grade right under her or right above her.
Yep.
That makes sense. She held it down.
Had to.
So, for the two of you, being of...
Okay.
I mean, well, okay, let's start with where this passion and this conversation came from.
Where it come from?
Your daughter.
Oh,
Your
facts.
It did. And I say that because as a brown skin, as Monique let me know, that it's different, it's levels to this. But as a brown skin, I recognize that it's not something that I have in the front of my mind anymore. And I say anymore because I do recognize a time when I heard about the differences and the colorism and it being an issue all the time. So now that I've gotten older, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't, change my life on a daily basis. But to hear all the passion that I hear in Jaden's voice when she speaks about noticing the differences and stuff like that, it reminds me of high school because that's how my mind was in high school. Like, I noticed a difference, not that it bothered me, but I recognized it. So we're discussing this essentially because of you.
That is true. Jaden first brought it up to me when we were watching the show.
All American?
Why was I about to say Homeward Bound?
What?
I don't know.
But All American, which is a football show on Netflix. And everyone that was dark skinned was from the hood, right? And they were all men for the most part.
Yeah.
The only girl that was dark skinned.
No, there was a girl. Remember the main character's girlfriend, but she was also dark skinned.
The main character's girlfriend.
The dude, his ex-girlfriend or whatever, the one that
the
one that did poetry, smoked sage, and was a protester.
Yeah, but her father, yeah. She smoked sage.
Not smoked it, but
Burned it.
Burned
it.
it.
Smoked, burned.
Yes, true. And then everyone who was from Beverly Hills or Bel Air was either light skinned
Or
white, and the only dark skinned guy was married to a white female. I love the show, but Jaden brought it to my attention. She was like, it's a good show, but it has some issues, and you can tell that it wasn't written by black writers. It definitely was how white people see the black community. And then she went on and wrote a whole list and
of all the problems.
she went in deep in explaining the issues with colorism
and the repetition that she sees. And it's so weird because you don't recognize it until you actually pay attention to it.
Until somebody brings it up. Because I never thought about it, but like I said, my mom, she struggled with her complexion, and she's very light skinned. I mean, she's gotten darker over the years. I think that comes with age. I don't know.
Really?
Maybe, yeah. She was a lot lighter when she was older. I mean, when she was younger. It's like her tan never went away. But that's a conversation for another day.
That's deep.
It is.
Permanent tan.
Can I get one? But have you ever felt, I guess, discriminated against because of your complexion, or have you ever been treated different based on?
I mean, discriminated, no. But has it been brought to my attention that
I was about to say, what does discrimination mean?
Yes. Again, my circumstances growing up were different. So I was around a bunch of white people. So if they were even checking for me, let's be real. Most of the white people were dating the other white people. Nobody was really dating me. So outside of high school, I was never discriminated against, but I was always told, like I think I said before, I was always told I was cute for a dark-skinned girl. You know what I'm saying?
That still blows my mind.
I didn't realize that wasn't a compliment until recently.
That's what I was saying earlier. I was like, I know it's not a compliment, and in my mind, I was like, okay, well, I'm still cute, so it's okay.
Like I'm pretty.
Yeah,
that's
that was my thing. Was like, okay, well, I'm pretty, so it's okay.
Yeah.
But it was always, oh yeah, like she's, or I've been in situations in my mid-teens, when you start to like like boys and you and your girlfriends start to go on double dates and things or try to meet other people and they'd be like, oh yeah, I mean, she's dark, but she's cute. Or things like that, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
It's like, you have to preface it with like, yeah, she's dark skinned, but she's cute. Or she's cute for a dark skin. You know,
and it doesn't bother you because you don't, that's why I said it didn't bother me because I had the confidence in myself to not really give it that much attention. So when you hear, you like, all I hear is I'm cute. Like,
for me, but I think it's also, we're just those kinds of people.
Yeah.
You know, but for somebody else, like that would be very hurtful. You know what I'm saying? Like that you feel, because it's almost like, yes, I'm cute, but you're always, it's like there's levels, right? And I always feel like, okay, well, you can go up to about here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're cute, but you're always going to be
dark
black,
skin.
dark. So it's like, you can only be but so cute if you're black.
Dang.
You know?
I didn't even think about that. Well, F y'all.
I've never thought about that either.
That's why I was
like,
thinking,
ain't no levels to this.
Yeah, like we were having that conversation. I was saying, you know, for me, I think that's what's hard. Because again, I know we'll get into it as the conversation progresses, but you know, it took me years before I realized that light-skinned black women also feel marginalized and discriminated against. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
But I think it was harder for me to feel sympathetic towards them because I felt like even though maybe other dark-skinned women judge you or do whatever, you're still always going to be considered attractive no matter what. Right? Like you start off, like you start off cute just because you're light. And then they'll go and say, okay, and try to pick out flaws. But because I'm dark, I automatically will start off unattractive. And then it's like, oh, but she's cute, this.
But this feature
she's
helps.
dark, but, oh, she's got a big butt. Oh, she's got a nice body. Oh, she's got whatever. Whereas if you're light, it's like, okay, well, she's light-skinned, so you automatically
start
think
here.
she's cute. And then you got to start looking for. So for me, it was like, okay, yeah, maybe black-skinned or dark-skinned women will chastise you or say whatever, but at the end of the day, you're always still going to be considered cute.
Outside of,
even if within your own female circle, if women, light or dark skinned women, are commenting to you, it's still, even within those jokes, you're still considered attractive.
That's true.
But it's a different standard
that way.
for black or brown or dark skinned women.
but I've also never considered myself to be light skinned.
That's a different issue.
You are a true
light. I don't think you're
caramel
light.
complexion.
Yeah,
she's a true caramel complexion.
You're a nice mid-tone. I call them mid-tones. Yeah, like you're not. I wouldn't say you're light skin, but
you're
also
definitely that NC43 they were trying to get.
Wow, is that the makeup?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because you know they tried to NC45 everybody at
Aiden,
Mac
I
at
remember
one
Aiden
point.
cussed me out one time because we went to somewhere and in my own mind, I think because I just associate, okay, Monique's black, I always go for the darkest shade.
The darkest fucking sorry, excuse me. The darkest shade. That makes me so mad.
Because I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go for whatever's the blackest makeup they have.
The one that's always there.
It's always like, what are you doing? I'm like,
no.
I'm like, but then she's like, Monique, like just because you're dark doesn't mean like
no,
you have
you're
to
not
buy
one
the
shade.
blackest,
She buys the darkest and the most red foundation every time, and that's not her shade.
But no one knows that stuff.
You learn it, but learn different.
Don't be learning what you done learned.
And especially
learn
because
the
it's
right.
like you see all these options, but it's just you go to think about
It's
it in your
ingrained.
head.
You're like, oh,
you're
it's made
engraved
for
in your
me.
head.
You're dark. Go to the darkest one. Like,
You go to your dark skin.
We're not taught about undertones and stuff like that.
No, and I had to, we've had this discussion of we can all be the same shade, but there's undertones can be completely different.
I learned
you
that
get what I'm
later.
saying?
What's your undertone?
I do have a red undertone.
Yeah.
She's red and neutral. She's not just completely red. It's like the top. I can see it, but that's the conversation.
You can't.
For
This
another
is
day.
layers of makeup. Because my face is a whole different color than the rest of my body. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah,
I'm just
but
saying.
like legit.
Yeah, but it took me You looking?
It's definitely a mixture, but it's not just. It's just not one thing. And it took me a while to realize it because, like I said, when you go to Mac, at one point they were trying to NC 45 every black person who walked in there.
I was a 55 for a while.
I learned that I was a 50. I'm a 47 in the concealer if I want to highlight. They changed and added some more stuff. It's difficult.
Always doing that.
But if you went into Mac at one point, it was, if you're dark skinned, you're black, everybody I know, we could be 7 different complexions. Everybody had the same concealer.
And you know, it's not just me that, you know, decided, oh, okay, you're just gonna get the blackest shade. When you go into these stores and they do your makeup, they will pick up that darkest shade and try to put it on you. And then they're like, oh, that's too dark for you. And I'm like, well, you know, you're making the same mistake and the same assumption I'm making. You're assuming, oh, you're black, I'm gonna get the black one. Like, you know. So anyway,
that's deep. I didn't even think.
Do you have that problem, Jaden?
What, finding my shade?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but not really. Like, I go to the...
yeah, but not...
yeah, that's a different
I go to, like...
I can't relate.
I go to, like, the lightest black shade. Like, I'm, like, right...
Tan.
Yeah.
Like, you start off with...
like, I'm always, like, right where the white people stop, if that makes sense.
Like, warm tan.
Yeah.
You're there, tan. You're there summer after the...
Yeah.
You're like, hey, here we go.
Am. Yeah, that's where I go, and then I have to maneuver through that. But I don't have the. That's just where I go because I'm light skinned. That's where I gravitate towards. But
you know what I noticed? More light skinned blacks have an issue with representation of the darkened complexion than the darker.
I feel like it's because I wouldn't say they notice it more. But we are kind of conditioned. Like it's just been happening for so long. And you could think about it as far as countries, different races, ethnicities, everything. Darker is usually wrong. It's usually an issue. So I don't even think when we speak about things like music videos and movies and how we're portrayed, it doesn't even cross my mind. I'm like, oh, she's light. That's the problem. Like, it doesn't even make me mad because even when I do see dark-skinned women in music videos or certain things, they're usually over-sexualized anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's not just a regular black girl who work at the bank. It's boobs, baby oil, like.
But that's a part of the
we
issue.
own lotion. We don't have to just baby oil our bodies. Like I'm just saying, if you look at the brown-skinned girls that you see that scroll down any timeline that you see that they consider sexy, dark chocolate, anything beautiful, she's greased the hell up with some baby oil. She's usually showing more than half of the skin that she needs to show. Her hair is probably done to something that doesn't look like her own. You get what I'm saying? Like we're still having to alter how we look to be a certain thing. So because it's been so long, I don't even think about it anymore. Like it's like that's your preference.
But my dark-skinned friends brought it up to me. Like, they would post about it on Instagram, and they would have their little story or whatever, and they would talk about it. And I was like, dang, I didn't even notice that. And then once they started posting about it and being a lot more verbal about it, because a lot of my friends are dark-skinned, I went and I started watching stuff, and I was like, oh, wow.
So
That's not... You were right.
So is it the representation and how we're portrayed, or was it the lack thereof that they're worried about?
So it was the lack of representation, and then whenever they are represented, it's always one huge stereotype. No matter what stereotype it is. That is true. It's always a stereotype, either over-sexualization, or they're gay, or it's like always it's always some stereotype, or we're the most earthy people in the world, digging up grass and eating it for our health. They do think
we burn sage and talk to crystals every morning before we walk out the house. Like, you got your
and we all got dreads. But I also think it's different because you guys...
Adrian, stop playing into the stereotype.
No, and it's not an issue to the people who do that. Like, that's cool, do what you want. But we're always that it's always that stereotype. Yeah. And I also think it's a little bit different for you guys because you guys grew up with black TV. I also realized that we don't have black TV in our generation. You guys had it.
You don't have any black skin TV.
Not really. We got Blackish, which is one
I was about to say light skin TV.
That's a stereotype. Blackish is one huge stereotype. What?
I mean, all those shows, Blackish and all those.
How is Blackish a stereotype?
They touch on all the stereotypes of black people throughout the whole season.
That's the show. It's the show. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's really entertaining. I love this show.
I think they are trying to debunk the stereotypes by touching on it.
But they also didn't represent blacker skin in the show as well. They didn't
They
do
tried
it.
to with
Yes.
Marche, I think that's her name.
Is that
the
her
younger
name?
The little
daughter.
girl?
The daughter?
Yeah, but like, it's still, they're touching on
Oh,
the
and what's her name? The mom. The grandma.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but she showed up like 5 episodes.
She's also not dark.
No, she's in
She's
every
not
episode.
dark.
She's not dark skin.
She's
She
not.
ain't no Aunt Viv.
Her attitude represents what I believe people think black mothers act like.
Exactly.
But I don't think the representation
Which is also
of
a bit of a
brown
stereotype.
skin. Yeah, it's a stereotype, but it's
The
the
show
whole
is a
show.
stereotype.
The show is
Okay.
almost like a spoof. It's a what is it? That's what it's called, right? A
I
spoof.
think
So
so.
I do have a question. What's the difference? What's the line between what it actually is and us accepting that and it being a stereotype? Because if you think about it, everybody wants to be us. They want to be down. They want to be quote unquote what we consider
I
to be
think
ghetto.
the
You know what I mean? They
stereotype-
want to have the culture. They want to have the soul. They want to have that cool factor. But it's we look at it and be like, it's
I
a
mean, they're
stereotype.
commonalities, but I also think the stereotypes come from their perception, like what they think it is every single time.
But it's not like
but
that.
it's not like
every
that. So
single
it's like
time.
But
every-
Blackish is written by a black man.
okay,
Yes.
and it can still be a stereotype just because of how. I'm not gonna say black people ain't got all the right intentions for us, but you're probably gonna elaborate the characters that you have to pertain to like black things, just like what Tyler Perry did. But his was on a different spectrum and a different scale. It
But
was
Tyler
still,
Perry was writing about his real life. So when is it a stereotype and when is it real?
it
Yeah,
can
but you
still
can
be-
write about your real life and then
and
still use
it
stereotypes.
can still be stereotypes.
And
like,
just because it's made by a black person doesn't mean there aren't any stereotypes. You can still have a
Yeah.
stereotype and it be made
and
by
I'm not gonna
us.
say that I don't believe that Tyler Perry dealt with all the characters that he had in his episodes, but there were some definite outlandish, off the wall type of characters. Like, all right, Tyler, like.
So what as
Okay,
as
Tyler.
black people in general, regardless of complexion, what do we want to see?
I want to
Because
see
I mean,
everything.
normal
I'm tired of being a
realism.
drug dealer. I'm
Yeah.
tired of being a drug dealer. I'm tired of running the streets. I'm tired of coming out the hood.
When-
and I don't want our
you
men
talking
to
about
play
your real
excuse me.
life?
What happened? What you be doing in your free time?
when did any of this happen?
Because
Like,
I thought Cobb was safe.
I thought so too. Now we know we got somebody out
But-
there.
Hey, get
In,
your kids.
in representation, we're always coming out the hood. We're always drug dealers, and
Loud
our men are
mouth.
always playing sports, trying to get a scholarship. We do a lot more than that.
That
We're-
is true. I'm so sick
Yes.
of black men playing sports.
Yeah, we
Yes.
don't. All of them do not play football and
Like,
basketball. Like we
literally,
do
some of
more
them
than
need
that.
Some of them
Bad.
could be astronauts.
Exactly. We can be astronauts. We can run. We can be smart. We can be in the math team or the debate team. We don't
Yes.
always have to be playing a sport
They don't
and
gotta
coming
be the
out the
job.
hood.
Yes.
We don't, and we
But
don't
isn't
always.
that
They
what
can
black-
go for the girl who wants to be in the math leagues or be.
Exactly.
The thing
Whatever.
about it is, it's not that it doesn't happen, but that's not every story. Like, I know a girl she went to my school off the Bill Gates Millennium Scholarship. You know what I'm saying? Like, tell that story. Tell her how she had to beat the odds and go to school and be better than everybody else. Don't tell her how her brother
Or-
went to jail and came out on top because he's an athlete and was playing school basketball on the jail yard.
But
or
also,
whatever y'all got
don't
playing.
make every story a beat the odds story.
Thank
There
you.
are some black people that just have a comfortable life.
Yeah, I thought that was
and
pretty normal.
Do well. Naturally did well in school. Went to a high school with maybe
Not-
without a
not well in
scholarship.
school.
I'm saying
We
like, not
don't
every
always
black
have to
kid
fight.
has to be the scholarship kid, the token kid. Some of them
We don't
just
always have to
do
fight
well.
for something. Some
Yeah.
of people are really just born okay.
This is a thing I can honestly say. Not to say that all black people went through something, because I feel like everybody goes through something, but Davina brought this up a long time ago. After like the 80s or the 90s, we didn't have to go through anything. Like our generations are,
You
we
mean
didn't have
as a social change
As a
kind of thing?
society.
as a society, just in general.
There's
Like,
nothing
our-
that
We
we
haven't
had.
had any big movements.
Yeah, we haven't
Except,
done that. We
you know,
marched
recent-
down Washington.
recently
we went down
is the-
Peachtree
yeah.
a little bit, but
Wait, what?
We didn't, I'm saying we didn't do anything major. Like we've made
I don't know
changes.
about
We've-
you. I elected the first black president.
No, I mean, yeah, we
What
did
you
that.
did.
But I'm saying as far, ooh,
But
I'm
the
saying
fact
as
that you
far
could
as-
elect any president, you know, the fact that you could vote, Like we didn't have to overcome those major milestones or obstacles in order
we
for
didn't
us
have to fight like they had the war over there. Like, you know what I'm saying? We didn't really have to do too much. So I think about it like now, when you're creating new shows and there's new things happening, it doesn't have to be such a struggle bus story or like, you know, such a horrible story. Like for the last 20 years, we've pretty much been coasting. So why
are we always fighting?
Why are we always fighting? Like, why is our family always messed up? Why do we always have this drama, that drama?
Why is the family always struggling with finances, which is another thing?
And always owning laundromats.
Thank you. Like, I just...
Right, what show are you talking
I
about?
think that was in a movie I was watching yesterday. It's like,
I was about to say, that sounds personal.
that's the family business. A laundromat.
Or
a
something.
barbershop.
Yeah, it's always something along those lines. And, like, we can just... And I want to see us in regular stories. I want to have a romance movie that's just black people.
That's
we
not
can
a
do
Hallmark movie.
That's not Love Jones.
Where's the Black Notebook? The Black Titanic?
Isn't that what what's the name was with Issa Rae?
Black people get on boats.
What? The Netflix movie?
Didn't Issa Rae, wasn't that a black...
With the Asian dude?
Huh?
Was he
the Asian?
Indian?
That was also on Netflix. Both of those movies are on Netflix.
Yeah, wasn't that
Where's the box office?
You talking about Bird Box?
No. Well, and so thank you for listening in.
What's Sandra?
What?
Y'all want to see her play a main character?
Yeah, that's
let me
not
ask
struggling.
you one. I'm not going to say because that'll probably be horrible.
What?
But I'll say. I was thinking, like, who do you think can carry a movie as far as our actresses go?
Viola Davis.
She said, I got him.
Because she's everything.
She
Everything. And you know why I like her? I don't know if it's okay to say it.
But what role were
you
you
can say
saying?
anything on here.
Because
We're not big enough to be canceled.
I mean, the thing about Viola is like
You're not.
why I would want her to be a lead is because I don't think that she is what people portray as beautiful. Do you know what I'm saying? I think she's beautiful.
Yeah.
But they would want to go after a Kerry Washington or, you know, somebody on Megan.
But she did. She carried the movie.
But that's what I'm saying.
Fences.
But they don't ever carry her in like the beauty role. You know, I'm like, she's
always
playing this
hard.
struggle.
That's true. That's
which
true.
she does magnificently.
Yeah.
Right? But she also, like, I don't know how to explain what I'm saying, right? Like, I
understand what you're saying.
You get the dark-skinned, powerful woman, but she always has to play that woman that's struggling and hard. Fighting against
You want to
the
see
odds.
her soft and dainty, falling in love.
And then if you do get a black woman that is that, you know, beautiful, soft, desirable, then she's going to look like the Carries and the Stacys. Yeah. Like,
true.
Why is there no happy medium? Why can't there be a attractive and strong dark-skinned actress?
It's like we always have to play the angry black woman.
That's Gabby right there.
The angry black woman. It's like that. Or the reason why I stopped watching Scandal, which I was all into it wasn't just a mistress. To me, it represented the master and the slave.
Oh, wow.
I think that's why the show was so powerful.
And I absolutely, but it really threw me off.
It's like continue to serve him.
Exactly. And it really represented that for me. And it was the first time I noticed the color thing, and I didn't even equate it to
that being what
but
it was.
That
being what
such
it
a
was.
Wonderful representation of the black woman. Like you're
poison
up this man, right? Like that
medicine for somebody.
There is no behind every great man there's a woman. Like she literally is the reason why that man is who he is. Yet never got the recognition, the appreciation, nothing.
That's pretty much
absolutely. But they betrayed her as a hoe. She was a home wrecker, and that's what I didn't like. She didn't have to be that. She was a home wrecker.
But she didn't wreck nobody's home.
He wrecked his home. The home was wrecked.
Yeah,
before.
the home was wrecked and he finished it.
She didn't wreck it.
He wrecked his home.
She didn't wreck it.
The fact that she was messing with a married man that was in the White House.
No, that's a problem.
And he was a white man.
That's
it was
to that White House.
But a home wrecker is a very home wrecker is a very strong title because a man got to let the home wreck.
Mm-hmm.
The home was already wrecked.
Right.
The wife wasn't even a part of it when she came on the scene.
On board. And then Millie ended up needing her. So
that's a show that you watch.
I watched all the seasons.
We in there.
We up in there. Millie ended up needing her. So that ain't a home wrecker.
And I'm team post.
That was a choice.
But it goes back to
that was a choice, and somebody never ended up getting the credit that they deserved.
And it goes back to her being used. Because Millie then decided to use her. It goes to her being a slave.
But no, I think they
this
did.
man.
No, what I'm saying, like she said, I think it was a really good representation of a black woman being shown being needed, being the importance, being the backbone, being everything that she is to somebody without getting what she deserves. That's the story across and what it actually really is. You get what I'm saying?
When you dig deeper, absolutely.
Yeah, when you put it like that, but from that, like, yeah, you watch first, second season, like, oh, she's sleeping with the president, she a hoe. Yeah, like you gonna think that. Like, yeah, you gonna think that. You a homewrecker, just like they said.
I watched it all the way up to maybe how many seasons
There
was
was
it?
6. So what you watch up to 2?
Right.
No. I watched up to some. They was getting in the car. They was getting in the car.
She
Something
said
else
something. They was getting in the car.
Getting in the car. Something blew up.
Anyway, Jaden, because her life
Something blew up. I'm being serious, but
blew up.
that show really opened my eyes, and I hated. I actually stopped watching the show because of that.
But I feel like I actually like the show. Putty started watching it, and I watched it with her a couple times.
You know,
I
so
actually
you-
did.
Stop telling all her business.
Right.
That's why
Right.
stop
She's
telling
not
all
allowed.
of
You know who gonna say we?
you know who listening to this episode be
Because
like,
that was how many years ago?
right?
No, she was
Oh my bad.
Hey.
Jaden,
So, go ahead.
do you? AD done made me lose my train of thought. Because we talked so much about like the brown, dark-skinned girls feeling their lack of representation. But how do you feel? Like, do you ever feel like
I feel judged by you.
Who?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Right? Because
It sounds personal. She called you out on
That was a
camera.
personal
Let's talk about
attack. Because I'm not even allowed to sing brown skinned girl with her around.
you shouldn't.
Oh.
See?
She's
I mean, you got a
kidding.
tan or
I'm
something.
just
She got you got to toast it and toast it a little bit.
You got a toast to the toast. No.
Just a quick serve. Huh?
You said, dude, does she feel a lack of representation?
Oh, like yeah, like because I wonder, because it's easy for me. Like I know I don't have representation,
something
or
to
my
add to
representation
that.
is very skewed. But do you ever feel like, okay, well, I am a light-skinned black woman, but I still feel like I'm not adequately represented?
No.
Oh, must be nice.
But I've also never noticed it until, again, my dark-skinned friends brought it up. And then once we did, we were always
Pointing it out.
pointing it out, but also I, as a light-skinned person, was always represented nicely, which is where the issue is.
Does it give you confidence?
See, this is what.
No. But I've also, that's like, it didn't really matter to me. I never had an issue with it.
So let me ask you this, because I've been asked this question before. Not just so much the skin tone, right? Because light skin is usually always right in people's eyes. I've heard be like, if it ain't light, it ain't right. I've heard that before, and that's
true.
totally fine with you all.
If it's black, leave it in the back.
If it's black, I ain't giving it back. But no, honestly, do you feel like there's a lack of representation for personality types as well? Because like I said with the not black skin women, dark skin.
You problem.
Wow.
I'm no problem.
I am brown, Adrian.
Me too. With the brown skin women is that I noticed that if we are portrayed in the beautiful light, like we're over sexualized. And I've asked, like someone asked me, do I feel like my kind is represented? Because it's not so much like I'm just brown skin. I like my décolletage area, but I don't show too much skin. You know, I'm not out here with a thong, bikini, bathing suit on and baby oiled up. So
Yeah,
do
I'll wait
you
till this
feel like there's a
exercise
lack
is
of
over.
representation for your personality type? Because as a teenager, I feel like you can still see somebody's personality, like you can still see a friskiness, but you don't give me the sexual, you know, like you have a style. It doesn't necessarily deem sexy to me or anything like that. So do you think there's a lack of representation for the different personality types? Because even when I see light skin being represented, I see them long hair,
Yeah,
light
that's
eyes, da-da-da-da. So do you
We're
feel like that's
we're
an
always
issue?
mixed. It's never just light skin.
That's true.
I
They're
look
always
like
mixed.
light
eyes.
and
It's like
it
she got an
goes.
Asian mama.
Yeah, it's a light skin is never just a light skin, which also goes into interactions with people in general, like light-skinned people are always mixed. I've been told that I'm not black enough for my community multiple times. People are like, you're not black. What are you? And I'm like, no, both my parents are fully black. Like, there's no. You're white. I've been told that.
No. Wait, what? You're white.
Well, your mother is Scandinavian.
No. See, this is.
She said little falsies.
But it's not like we don't have. We're always mixed, long hair, really
That's
skinny.
what I'm saying. European look like
Really skinny. Always European centric. We never got the big nose and like full lips. Are always skinny, petite. Everything's small, long hair. Oh, cute.
Maybe some big boobs if you're lucky.
Yeah. And that just goes with, and that's true. And then when I interact with people, I always told, yeah, you're black, but
or
you're a half
what's your
or something
yeah
like that.
yeah. And then,
what are you?
What you mixed with?
What you mixed with?
I
What
get
are
that,
you?
though.
What
Like,
are
I
you?
still get that. Like, no.
But why
It
can't
was
you
worse when I was
just
in Miami.
Meanwhile,
be black?
I'm the only mixed one here. This is
Literally.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
like legit.
And,
That's funny.
But that's also
Look
a
at the being
thing.
in
Mixed
denial.
people aren't always light skinned. There are dark skinned mixed people, and just because you're mixed doesn't mean you're mixed with white.
Wait,
And just
what are you
because
mixed
I'm
with?
light
Thank
skinned
you.
doesn't mean that I'm not black.
That's
or that
what
I have
that's
something else
what I
in
get
me.
confused with. Like, why do people think everything has to be mixed with something light?
Thank you.
Like,
You can be mixed with
I could
different
be
things.
mixed with black and more blacker.
And
No,
that's
seriously.
me,
Like, it's like you have to be mixed with
I gotta
something
be
light
mixed with
to
different
be
race
mixed.
to be
Like,
mixed?
yeah, like, nah.
What are you mixed with?
that is a personal question.
That's a government.
No, I don't mean like mixed for real, but like people say mixed like, oh, you're black and you're white, or you're Asian and you're this.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like even in our family though, most of my cousins' parents are full blood Liberian or full blood, you know, I'm like, I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm half Liberian, half island, something. I don't know what.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But nobody would ever look at me and be like, oh, what are you mixed with? They're gonna be like,
You're
oh,
just black.
Negro. Like,
Yeah.
you know?
But that's
But
and
they'll
that's
look
what
at
I
her
mean
and
by
automatically think, oh, what are you? You're mixed.
You
Oh,
assume.
most of
when
her
I-
parents are just black.
And then when I tell you I'm
Allegedly.
black,
And for me, it's only
I'm
the
not
baby
black
hairs.
enough.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting thing that I didn't realize when I got older, that lighter toned black people, but probably mostly black women go through.
Oh, yeah.
Of you like, you know, for me it's like, oh, you just black, you know.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize that fairer toned people go through this, well, you're not black enough.
Yeah.
Because then
Oh.
it's like, oh, well, then where do you belong?
There was a period in time where I got told that almost every day. Oh, you're black, but not really. Or
Right.
you're black, but like not black enough. Or like you're not
Or
really
they
black.
think you
what
don't
are
go through
you?
certain things or feel certain feelings because
I'm
you're not
light-skinned.
black.
And it's like,
enough.
oh, but I am black. And then it's not even like I'm half black. I'm fully black. And then, so I go through the same things. Just not maybe not as many, but I go through some of the same things, and then you assume that I don't know what's happening, or I'm not down enough, or I'm automatically whitewashed because of my complexion. When no, I'm just a little bit undercooked. Like that's all that happened.
Blame your mama.
Undercooked.
I mean, you're a little undercooked. Or
you-
maybe you're just perfectly cooked, and that's just how you came out. I was
Fact.
left in a little too long, but that's a different conversation.
I don't think you're recording. Sorry, guys, but technicals.
Hold on.
Technical difficulty.
It didn't beep though.
There's no red dot. Is there supposed to be one?
Yeah, it's recording.
Okay.
Oh, never mind.
We live.
Hey, we're
Because I was gonna have to say all that over again.
I ain't doing
No. We've been recording. We're good.
Okay.
38. You on
I think her
38?
battery just going low because she ain't got no red dot.
She from the hood, light skin.
She ain't got no red.
Are you crip walking in the street? Well, she does have the shirt to match. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
Oh,
R.I.P.
they're my cousins.
Oh, hey, baby.
Uh-uh.
I was gonna tell a story, but she'll be mad. So
Down.
never mind.
Oh, what? Oh.
This was.
Well,
You know-
go ahead.
Do you remember me and V had a conversation years ago? Do you
What?
remember?
What? About being black?
No, it was. I don't know what we were talking about, but you had made a comment, and it was like we were talking like your kids. I think in general, the boys were young, whatever. And we were talking, I think maybe probably about Jaden and like just as she grows up and what's going to happen and all this stuff. And I remember, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but we were making a comment essentially saying, you know, we don't know what's going to happen with Jaden and what she's going to face, but I do know that her being light-skinned with green eyes, like, she's automatically going to be like, at least partially accepted. Like, absolutely. I don't worry about her as much because absolutely. She's light-skinned with green eyes.
Absolutely.
And I was like, dang.
Absolutely.
Like, wait, is that really how you feel?
Yeah. And I mean, but that's the thing. It's like, I already know, at least on the offset, like, my child will be accepted just because of her physical appearance.
Yeah.
Right?
Even if you were a boy and you were the complexion you are, I would feel less threatened by the stuff that's going on in the world today based off the way you look. Because you look less threatening as if you were absolutely. A boy. And as a woman, you're automatically considered, you know, you're softer. You're softer. You already have one foot in the door. You don't have to work as hard. And that's it's a real thing. As everyone else. I was like, to really, it's a real task. This is crazy. To not dehumanize. That's not the word. What is it? Desensitize people to the way you look. And I didn't realize that was a problem until I had to do it. Mm. When I'm going into these places, working by myself and moving around, people are intimidated by you. Absolutely. Really? Mm-hmm. Me, most definitely. First of all, I don't look nice. I'm not a friendly looking person. Factual. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I've never been. My baby pictures, I look mean. 5-year-old pictures, I look mean. I will post 10-year-old pictures, I look mean. Like I don't. I'm not really. I have a nice smile, but I'm not really a friendly person. That's never been my claim to fame. That I've never been. At least she knows who she is. Crazy. I hear a lot of ass talking over here. I'm sorry. But no, like I've recognized that while I've been in the workforce and been out in the public by myself or moving around and having to get things done, that I do have to desensitize people to myself, to the way I am, the way I look. Look at these. These ain't acceptable. People ain't gonna think I'm soft when I walk in places. They're not gonna look at me. You have to understand there was a law or a bill passed saying that jobs have the right to discriminate against hairstyles on black people. So they can discriminate against locks. They can discriminate against natural hair. They can discriminate against braids or wigs. Oh. It ain't who got on the wig? Let's do a poll test. Don't do that to me. You got to understand, there was a little boy who they stopped from graduating because he had locks.
He couldn't walk. He couldn't walk graduation.
See, that's when I would have told him like, it doesn't even matter.
But you worked so hard, and he was like a straight A student, and all that. Like that is that's a day that you take pride in. And he couldn't walk across the stage based on his hair because they passed a law saying that it's okay to discriminate against hair.
Because it's considered unneat.
Right.
Unclean.
All
like
that
you
stuff.
Didn't wash my hair and y'all don't bathe, so
Ooh, I found out that they don't use washcloths.
Y'all don't even bathe.
No, didn't Taylor Swift say they wash their legs, so they don't wash their legs?
No, she doesn't wash her legs because it goes down.
Taylor Swift, because she thought that the soap
runs down, like they say with your hair, wash your scalp and the soap will run down.
And I found out that a bunch of white people
did. She say that recently?
She said it. It doesn't matter if she was 2 or 16.
No, it matters.
She said it.
If she was 2, she hadn't learned yet. If it was yesterday, she needed to snack.
No, it was like a year ago.
She said it out her mouth. That means she was able to talk.
Yeah,
true. It wasn't that long ago. I can't meet her in real life.
You know,
they don't use washcloths.
Maybe trifling, but I didn't realize what was really dirty on your body until you scrub this part of your ankles.
You said what? Who doesn't wash their ankles?
No, I wash them, right?
She was having a whole conversation. Our hair was this part of your ankles.
No, I wash them, but you know what I realized was that gets really dirty is that part of your ankles.
Oh, the
maybe
Achilles heel? Is that what this
people
is?
People don't wash the back of their necks.
What?
Yeah.
They don't wash
back here
properly.
Or the back of your knees.
Or the back of their ears.
But you know what's funny? As a black girl, I was always told you need to scrub the back of your neck and you need to scrub your knees because you don't want them. Yep, so they don't get black. And your elbows.
So I took pride that my elbow wasn't black.
And you have to put cocoa butter. Mm-hmm. Cocoa butter on all of this. Cocoa butter makes me black. All of this. Cocoa butter. Because cocoa butter, I guess, was supposed to lighten you. And I was told that by the darker side of my family.
Because it was ingrained in them to try to do anything possible to be lighter.
To get them lighter.
Mm-hmm. Grandma taught me that. What? She used to sit me in the bathtub. She used to put a little bit of bleach in there.
Who used to bleach your bathroom?
No, not bleach it, just to clean. Like she used to.
It's like disinfecting the body.
Yeah, like it's like a little bit splash and like
it's like the hot water and full of bleach, like with kids that go to school.
It's like how we use Dettol.
It's supposed to disinfect.
African, I miss Dettol.
It smells like pine sol. I love it.
And then she used to scrub my back of my neck.
PSA, public service announcement. You know, pine sol kills coronavirus. Just putting that out there.
Really?
Ain't nothing left in the stove.
I'm just saying, if you see any pine sol, go grab you some.
I hate the smell of pine sol.
It kills coronavirus.
Isn't that the stuff that you put on your wood floor?
Me too. All day long.
I hate the smell of pine sol.
In the original,
I'm gonna start putting pine sol in my house.
In the original
scent
too. I don't even need all that.
Lavender. I like the lavender.
Nope, original now.
She's like, I want pine. Anywho, back on track.
Right. Oh,
I didn't have anything else.
She got the tea. Sis got the tea. No, but seriously though,
have you ever felt the shame of being light skinned?
Ashamed of being light. A strong word. It's a strong word.
Like ashamed of being light skinned? Mm-hmm. No.
Ooh, that. Come on, singing.
What?
Wait, no, I had to think about it because I was about to say no, but when I was told that I wasn't black enough, I was like, well, dang. But I don't even know if it was like ashamed because that is a strong word. It was like, well, like, dang, like I can't change that. But that's what we go through every day, no matter what we are. So it's like.
But it is weird to see like fair-skinned women trying to alter the way they act so they can come off as.
I definitely did that for a really long time.
Really?
You have a bunch of mulattoes and what's the girl's name?
You have to portray yourself as super
light-skinned Keisha?
Not light-skinned Keisha. She's a white girl, but everybody thinks she's a light-skinned black girl. Not Bad Baby, the other one. Y'all know who I'm talking
Vicky?
Whoa, Vicky. Like her. Like I feel like she's decent internet stuff. I feel like she's considered acceptable and stuff like that because of how she acts. Whereas people are bothered. People who just act crazy on the internet, they've taken after black culture. You watch her, you'll say she talks like a black girl, whatever that means. She act like one. But I just noticed she doesn't get as much backlash as somebody who.
I'm just confused as to why Bad Baby hasn't gotten any backlash.
No, she does. That's how she blows. She deletes her Instagram all the time.
She gets backlash like once a week. Everybody talks
she deletes her Instagram all the time.
How black she is.
How she's trying to act black. But there's another girl, like literally wants somebody that she fought who I don't feel like gets the same attitude with Vote Vicky because of maybe where she grew up and how she grew up. Because Bad Baby came on Dr. Phil. Like you were this problem child, and then all of a sudden you grew up and you start, I'm talking different, you know, your accent changed, everything about you changes, but then it's like somebody like, well, Vicky who was gel down her edges and all this other stuff, and it's like, but she's down.
No, because she definitely caught it. She definitely caught the heat, but it kind of died down because she caught it a while ago. She got it like when I was like in 8th grade.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's not this. It's a random girl. I'll show you in a little bit.
Yeah, show me because I don't know who we talking about.
She's just somebody who's like been on the internet for a while, and I feel like I don't want to say acting black, but I feel like when I say that, it makes so much sense.
Yeah,
but
it does.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's like she acts black, but I don't see as much hate for her as I see for somebody like Bad Baby because they saw her background, they saw where she came from, they saw.
But also, Bad Baby did other stuff. Like she like darkened her skin. She used to use like tans and stuff like that. Whoa, Vicky has always been white. She's never tried to darken. At least from what I remember, she's never tried to darken her skin.
Bad Baby did a lot to herself.
Yeah, she tried to darken her. She never tried to darken her skin. She never got implants. She never got fillers. Whoa, Vicky was really just
a white girl.
A white girl who acted black. And of course she did other stuff, like she got braids or whatever. People got on her for that, but she was really truly a white girl who grew up in the hood. It was like,
and that's what I'm saying. So is that more acceptable than somebody who wants to appropriate or appreciate the culture?
not really, but I think people were like, oh, well, this makes more sense than a random white girl blowing up and then acting black and then darkening your skin and then taking our culture, and then on top of that being like, oh, well, who wants to be black? Like, oh,
Yeah.
calm down.
Right.
Yeah, but like, well, Vicky, she
True.
was always a white girl. She never claimed to be. She may have. But like, she may have. But like, she grew up, well, Vicky, she may have claimed that she was black a couple times. But that's where she grew up. I feel like I have a little bit more
That makes sense.
understanding
For
for her than I do for Bad Baby.
You know who caught me off guard?
Oh wait, am I fine?
What was his name? Hey, you do.
I'm gonna look up Bad
What
Baby.
was
I've never seen her before.
the dude who came to the studio? White guy. And when we met his family, we were like, how did you turn out like this?
Oh, I don't
Riff
know.
Raff. Y'all remember Riff Raff?
He's
I remember the name, I don't
appropriation
know.
at its finest.
I can't think of him though.
Yuck mouth.
White dude, but I don't even.
He
I
was
wouldn't
on I Love New York.
Yeah, but I wouldn't even consider him to act black. It was just he was a rapper.
He
That was all.
reminds me of what they said Plies act like. Like everybody, I don't know if it's true or not, how they said Plies went to like, he had his master's, got a PhD, he was so smart, but he just chose to be a rapper. I feel like once you described it, it's the same thing that happened with Riff Raff, but it's almost how, I'm not gonna say that, but it's the interpretation of what he feels like. I'm not gonna say that he acts black or anything, but he definitely knows who he was trying to appeal to.
Riff Raff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because when we met his family, it was like country club,
Like tennis skirts?
hey, Jimmy. Like, I don't even know, like, and my gosh, like, it was, his sisters were like that. His mom was like a little old white lady that looks like she should be gardening. I don't know.
That's cute.
And then Riff Raff.
And then you have Riff Raff, who is in the studio. But I think it goes it was just very weird. But I think it goes to the point of us putting stereotypes on ourselves, on how black people should act, acting black, what white people should act like. It's all the same thing. We do it just as much as
That's
they
true.
do it.
We
And in
definitely
fact,
do
I
it.
believe that we do it a lot more.
Yeah.
We do it to our own people, and we do it to white
I
people.
promise you, I ain't hear enough of the Oreo talk.
Well, who is
No,
the
I'm saying
Oreo?
how people, you're Oreo, black on the
I
outside, white
definitely
on the inside.
Who is that Oreo?
Black on the outside, white on the inside,
Yeah.
I am
or
black
whitewashed.
on the inside.
When you weren't considered black, you were whitewashed. Like,
Yeah. Like,
You
I
can
was
speak
not
well.
dipped in water and
you
white
were
paint.
you were simply Southern whitewashed. Oh, you straighten your hair all the time? Whitewashed. Like, all your friends are white? Whitewashed Oreo. That's what you
Dang, 2
I feel
times.
personally attacked.
I mean, we're not saying that's Cameo. I mean, what?
But that's what we got, and it was like a thing. Like, people were Oreos, people were whitewashed. You were Inside Out Oreo. The white kid, that was one. The Inside Out
See,
Oreos.
I think my problem is I had a hard time differentiating what was genuine and what wasn't. So it was like, all y'all act weird. I'm not talking to none of y'all. That's how I was.
That sounds right.
That sounds about
Yeah, like I don't know what's happening. Because it was like, you got the ones who's like, I don't know. Maybe because of who I paid attention to, what you think certain group or ethnic groups would be into, it was always like I saw the opposite. Like the goth people that I saw were usually black. They weren't white for me.
But
You get what I'm
we
saying?
start-
Like
but
the
we
ones with the
started
bell-bottom
culture.
pants from the hips to
Really?
the they were black. Like they
They were
weren't
always white
They
to me.
weren't white for me. They were the
Wait, say that again.
I said like the
Gothic people.
certain stereotypes. Like I had a hard time differentiating what was real and what was like a facade or what wasn't, or somebody just made up. Because certain groups you would get certain, like I had the preppy white kids in the school, but like the goth people or the emo people, most of them were black. For me, like a lot of them y'all remember them bell bottoms from Hot Topic?
Yes, we do.
With the ones with the long pants
and the chains and the deep pockets.
Gots to be. I learned about that from a black boy. The gel that spikes your hair up.
Where did you go?
But you also have to remember, black people started those subcultures, and white people just colonized them.
See, I think I got French braids from white people. Like, oh, that's interesting.
I did too. Fact.
French braids, like that.
With the one braid going down.
They used to kill it. I'm like,
they used to do it quick too.
Like under braid. It's like y'all braid so different, but it's so nice.
And their hair used to come out all crinkly, and you do it, and your hair was like this.
Stiff.
You know how many times? How many times?
Well, I was just twisted.
And it was
Like the
For
girl.
real.
I just wanted to go.
to go dupe, and it's going dupe. That's what mine was. It
For
never
real.
looked the same. It used to hurt my soul.
That's a real thing too. Hair is another thing.
But then you realize that they have problems with like, oh, my hair is so thin. It's so this. It's so this.
I can't drink it.
Yeah, it doesn't hold anything. I have to wash it every day, and it's like y'all got issues. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, everybody has problems. That's probably why I stopped stressing it. But everybody wishes something for something else. Like they wish something for somebody. Like I had this Asian friend. Her hair would not curl for anything. Like she couldn't hold a curl like 5,000 degrees of heat. It would be like bone straight. And she was, and I'm just thinking in my head like I curl it up. It's staying like this for 2 weeks. Like you know what I'm saying? I put one little curl like
I braid my hair, take it out. It's like this, curled up, crinkled.
Yeah, curled and crinkled. But it's so funny that you grow up, you hear the certain problems of different like ethnic groups. You're like, wow, everybody got it bad.
Everybody has it bad.
Everybody got it bad.
Everybody has things that they wish they could change about themselves. Mm-hmm. And if we just learn how to love ourselves,
just accept,
yes, just accept who we are personally, then it doesn't even. See, this is a BS. But no, seriously, if you accept who you are,
I'm checking. We're gonna cuss this off.
if you were to accept who you are inside and out, then it literally doesn't matter what anybody says or what anybody thinks. And I just think as a people and as a culture, we have to learn how to be kind to one another because we really aren't.
How do you uncondition yourself from already processed thoughts or thoughts that were taught to you without your knowledge?
By having conversations like this.
Woohoo.
everybody.
I'm just saying.
This nigga here.
No. I do want to talk to people, but what do you approach like white people? Like, are you uncomfortable by me? Like, what do you do? You have conversations, and are people supposed to just change, or do you look at them like you're beautiful for a white girl? Just like.
Wait, I said I was gonna start saying that. You know what?
You're one of the good ones.
You're one of the good ones. You're not like all the other white people. That's what they say about us.
You know what? You are less racist than the others. Your racism is passable.
You know what? I've had 5 white people in my house in the last 5 years. So it's like,
and you're 6. Like, for real.
Nah, I think.
Like, what do you do?
I think when you, honestly, I don't have the answer to that. How do you uncondition? How do
Somebody
you change,
answer us.
How do you change people's thoughts? And I don't think you can.
How do you change the narrative? We got to become script writers. I'm gonna make a show.
That'd be great.
I'm gonna make a show. It's gonna be all black everything.
All black everything.
Black.
I'm blacker than black. Black.
I don't think, but one thing that I did say to your mom about the whole TV show thing, I don't think TV bothers me as much is because it's usually a perception of something. So I can't get mad at how somebody perceives something or how they see something. So I don't know how I would look for representation on TV if the director, executive producer, and the list of trillions of people that are on a production see a vision. You get what I'm saying? Like, I can't really say, like, you guys need more of this and we need to stop being like this.
But I think we have to...
If that's what they perceive, though.
We also have to empower more black and brown creatives. So if we empower and put forth our funds or whatever towards more black and brown creatives, then we don't need them to create our narrative.
We don't need them to create our narrative, and we should push more. But I'm thinking about, well, yeah, I guess people have been regular. Never mind.
Yeah, like we don't need them to write our stories for us because they'll never understand our story.
But the black people who are writing our story are still
that's what I'm
doing
saying.
the same
that's
thing
what I'm
that the
saying.
white people
so
are
it's
doing.
like
So it doesn't matter who's behind it.
It's our own perception. So if you push me, like let's say y'all want to fund my project. If you fund my project, I still perceive black people as a certain way anyway. So I'm gonna put down and write a script based off of what
who's gonna carry the seed?
Yeah, like, who got the patchouli? Like you know, patchouli.
Patchouli and crystal.
But I'm saying but I'm saying like the perception. How do you change the perception? We would have to see more people in black excellence. Like I always tell you, like I like Jackie Aina because she pushes normalizing black women in luxury. Like people think that's a foreign thing. Like black people having money is so foreign to people that when we see black people nice things, well, she a scammer. Her man must be a scammer. They must sell drugs.
We can't just live life.
We can't just look at them and be like, she work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like she got a good job.
But I think Tyler Perry is doing a good job of that.
No,
not right now. Because think about the stereotypes that he has. He's changing the narrative for his shows and probably trying to put them in different positions. But all in actuality, there was baby mamas, drunk this, drunk that, sleep aunties, smoking weeds, doing this.
I think he was
big and heavy.
I think he was telling his story. But I think as far as
his story was also stereotypes.
Exactly.
But it was his story. So
that's what I mean by our perception. We have to change how we
also
see.
Dramatized for TV.
Of course, but we have to change how we see black people because he was the storyteller for us at one point. People looked at Tyler Perry and was like, this
but I
is
think
y'all.
by him pushing himself out to the forefront more now, by him showing his excellence and what he has achieved, is him changing that narrative.
Most definitely. But the stories are what people pay attention to that got Tyler Perry to where he is. He put on a dress to get his $1 billion in people's minds. They don't see anything else. Yeah, he built a studio. It's nice. But he was Medea. He was grandma. He was a man in a dress to get to where he is. The perception. His story, it all has to change. Not just, oh yeah, I did all this just to get where we are. Do what you don't want to do what you got to do to get where you want to be. That's not what we're trying to say. We good from the beginning. We don't have to be anybody else. We don't have to perceive ourselves as trash bags. We don't have to be able to get to something.
We don't have to come up to the top. Why can't we just
be at the top? Why can't we be born into the top?
And playing devil's advocate, I think that we're now just getting to the point to where that will become our story. You have to understand the generation before me, which is my mom and dad, that was their story. It's the story that Tyler Perry is telling. The come up.
How old is Tyler Perry?
There was
in his
no
50s, right? Or 60s.
Yeah, there was no, oh, we're just good. You know what I mean? That's not what we were. Now we're getting to the point where we are just good, and we can now moving forward, we can start to tell those stories. But that wasn't our story.
But you guys had shows like that.
No. Yes, we
y'all had Martin, sister, all those. They weren't.
Those are our shows.
I'm talking about
her parents.
My parents.
They didn't have.
What I'm saying is
they're
now
the ones with the money to be able to push
which is what Tyler Perry
now.
is, which is what Oprah is in my parents' generation.
Damn, Oprah.
Yeah. And in my parents' generation, they were on the come up. The stories that they told, it was just that. It's not, they are telling their true life. Now we are creating the first set of black billionaires. We don't have generational wealth in this country. So we can't tell stories that are not our own. You know what I'm saying? So now we can.
But there are a bunch of stories that aren't our own.
Let me tell you this, though.
I'm not, but it doesn't always have to be our actual story. What do you mean? Like, people aren't going and finding aliens, but you don't see no black person in the forefront of the stories. I'm not talking about.
What do you mean? Well, say it again.
She's saying for anything.
Anything. Like, it doesn't just have to be our story. And I get our story.
Even fictional, sci-fi, everything. It doesn't have to be a stereotypical black role.
But most of the time when we are the writers, look at Ice Cube, for example. He was telling stories that related to him. Look at Spike Lee. He was telling stories that related to him.
That's the only thing we get budgets for, though.
And most of the time, we don't even get those budgets from anywhere else. We have to fund them ourselves. We are storytellers. We tell our story.
That's the thing. How will we change the narrative to the people who are actually funding these movies, not the black people? Because I ain't gonna say we ain't got it, but we ain't been having it.
I think it will change as time goes on because the narrative is changing.
Time.
But but you have to change the narrative for that to happen. But if all
that's what's happening.
Not if
I think
not if we're only seeing stereotypes on TV, then the narrative isn't being changed.
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
I said if we're only seeing the stereotypes on TV, then the narrative isn't being changed, which means that people are still going to perceive us that way, which then leads to people writing us that way. We have to change one thing, which everybody consumes some type of media. You have to change one thing to where people can perceive us differently. So then people will start writing us differently. Even on commercials,
like they swear every black girl is natural these days too.
Now, I will say that.
They get carried away with these little afros on TV.
Exactly.
Like, yuck!
We wear box braids, we wear wigs, we have relaxers,
like
we
everybody
are natural.
So 2 points. I will say this. When I watch commercials, what I do notice is that when it is a black family, they show both parents when they're mixed. A black mom, white dad, you know. That's when they show the family.
Dark skin.
Yeah, but most of the time when they show commercials, let's say it's a Kraft cheese commercial, it's normally a single mom. Well, we assume she's single because the dad isn't present within that commercial. That, and then I had another point, but I forgot. So
Because she started talking about mac and cheese.
I'm a little hungry. I've been fasting for the last 3 days.
Oh,
that's how you gonna lie?
Huh?
That's how you about to sit here and lie?
No, I have.
She really eat an hour ago.
No, yeah, for the last 3 days. This was the first time I eat it. I eat. See, I eat at sundown.
Girl, we all sat here and ate before we recorded.
I eat at sundown. Today was the first day. Yeah.
Sundown.
But I think we're starting now, and you know, our generation, your generation will start to change it because it's being put, huh?
No, I'm saying I think y'all should keep that fire because I lost it.
You know, it'll start being, people will start to change. You know, like you said, Black Panther definitely changed that.
Yeah.
The first time we seen a black superhero. You know what I mean?
And the woman he desired was a black woman.
Exactly, and
she was strong. And the woman who protected the black man was a black woman. I mean,
like everything.
And they weren't like
it was monumental on so many different levels, and people didn't realize.
And the one who was smart and had all the tech was a black woman.
It showed different types of black people, not just the stereotype.
Yeah.
And that was the first time.
The thing about it is, that's what I feel like she means by like in different roles. We can be these fictional characters as well. And still
like
be
we don't
shown
always
as
have
black
to have our story, which I get it. We tell our stories and all that, but we can be astronauts. We can go find the alien in the middle of the woods.
Thank you,
we can have a love. No,
y'all can go find an alien in the middle of the woods.
No, but I'm saying that
I ain't going
to too much because we don't do that. Okay,
right. I'll go. No, I will say though.
But that's the perception. That's the stereotype that we don't do those things.
But
We're
I
never
think
in
that's
the
a
scary
perception
movie.
of our own selves because I wouldn't fund a movie that I don't think black people will watch, and I don't think these people, as much as she talk about astronauts, she ain't watching those space movies.
I do. Actually.
I guarantee she's watched all of them.
She said I need to find
Martians, Interstellar, Gravity. I watch them all.
See what I'm saying?
But we do.
She different though.
But we do watch those movies, and we're never a part of them, and we're never the lead. Like I want a romance movie to where they're not struggling. I want to have a nice random high school movie
Okay.
about two people meeting.
Am I
and
the
falling
only
in
ones
love.
who didn't necessarily agree with Queen and Slim, or did everybody love that movie?
I didn't
What
see
is
it.
that?
I can't even talk about it. I'll cry.
I mean, it was sad, but okay.
Thing.
What
okay,
was
did
it?
You, I mean, we're
Can you
totally
explain?
veering, but what was your problem with it?
You shoot a police officer, y'all go on the run, and we're supposed to cry and be sad. Like,
No.
another struggle bus movie. She convinced you to do something to run. Let's go, let's
He was
go.
going to go down. You know what the point of the movie, right?
Okay, yeah, maybe that's
The
what it
running was not right, but it was what she was trying to say was in the world we live in, it doesn't matter what the circumstance was for how you shot that cop.
You're always
You're
gonna be
going down. If
So you
they
can
take
either
you, you
love-
are going to spend the rest of your life in jail, or they're going to kill you. It doesn't matter that he was clearly racist and abusing his power, and when the woman was clearly trying to tell him, like, I'm an attorney, I just want to go for, shot her without notice, was for any reason. When he tried to, now he shouldn't have attacked, but anyway, he's out here shooting people. You know, when he attacked the cop, like nothing, the cop's actions would have been excused. And clearly anybody who didn't see the movie, I'm sorry. Clearly him killing the cop was an accident, but none of that would matter. You were a black man and you just killed a white cop.
Well, yeah,
You're
showing,
done.
but
So for her,
that's
it was like,
news
your
to me. I don't
only
think it needed to
option
be
is
a
to go.
movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know people who gone through things and gotta wait to turn themselves in or whatever the case may be, but it's like,
But did you see the end?
they did. Like,
But did you see how?
I mean, yeah, but it's still.
It's like even when, okay, fine, yes, we done run, we did the wrong thing.
Not they did.
But it's like even when we surrender, we can't even surrender. Y'all still gotta just shoot us just to shoot us.
But
like
that's
this.
the thing about it is, I don't feel like it needed to be a movie. We can turn on Channel 5 and watch the same
That's
shit.
our life.
100%. But that
So
was
it
probably
was
for people,
weird to me
It was for
to-
the white people.
Okay, thank you for saying that. Because I think for me, it was the whole, why is this for our entertainment at this point?
No. It
But
was for
but
the
that's
I think that's
my
what blew
thing.
my mind. Like, y'all made a movie, y'all spent money on advertising, y'all got people hyped, paid for this narrative.
You like to see what I just saw happen?
And I can turn on
Every 2
Channel
weeks?
5 and I can tell you everybody. You want me to go down the list? I don't remember all of them, but I got a couple in my head. Like, what is this movie about? Why do we have to see this movie about something that's happening on the news? Why does it take entertainment for y'all to see what's going on in real life? So
But
the movie was just like,
you said it's for the white people, right?
Yes.
That's the issue. Like,
Because they
why?
don't think that this is, they don't see, you know, they see the George Floyds and the beyond, you know, but it doesn't, it's not affecting them the same way. To me, this is my personal opinion.
What do you think about white people who say that they don't see color?
That's
What?
disrespectful.
I hate
we
that
don't see
so
them.
much.
Because
Okay, so thank you for
Because
listening.
That's what we said.
not
We don't see them.
Y'all
Okay.
blind.
because
We
not
buy
seeing
all
color
of that
means you
stuff.
also don't see the issues that we have because of the color that we
Facts.
are. So you say you don't see color says that you are ignorant.
Ignorance.
That you refuse to see what we're going through. I don't need you to not see color. I need you to see that I'm black and see that I'm going through issues because I'm black and realize that because I am black and I'm going through these issues, it's wrong.
She's
Like,
like, "Who
I don't need you to not see color. I need you to see my color.
color.
See color. See all of it and realize that what you're doing is wrong because of my skin tone. Don't be ignorant
Ignorant.
because that's what you're
Yeah, I
being.
feel like, don't tell me you don't see no colors. But, you know.
That means
I
you're
don't-
not stopping
I
at red
also-
lights.
What?
Not really.
Yes, it
is.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I mean, yellow light don't really mean too much, but red light says
It means
stop.
go faster and make the
Yeah,
light.
yeah, yellow says speed it up.
I have to say, side note, Jaden, that was so poignant. But I
Yes.
just have to make this real quick side note because of that. My old coworker, y'all know who she is. I won't say her name, privacy. But she always used to say there was a crossing guard at our office one time who would try to tell us to stop crossing the street when the flashing hand was going. And she was walking. She was a white woman. And she, the crossing guard was like, the hand is flashing, you're supposed to stop walking. She said, or am I supposed to walk faster?
That is so hard too.
And I was like, you know what? I just sit behind it. I was like, you know what? You have the luxury of being able to be combative with this man. I can't say that, so I'm going to just quietly walk behind you. But it just reminded me the way she said it, like the flashing light means stop walking. She said, or does it mean walk faster?
No, that's the truth.
So I was like, you know what? God bless America.
So do you guys think there's a difference between men and women when it comes to the black race?
What you mean?
Like dark skin.
Wait, no, because it threw me off. Like, are they a different black? I'm like, wait, what do you mean?
Like dark skinned men and light skinned men.
How they perceive
in their
it or deal
own
with
community,
it?
or how they see women?
No, our previous interview. Please refer back to episode. I don't remember which one that was with Foggy Raw Manny, but how he said how he basically said
Season
times
2
have changed, and he notices that the, like you said earlier, light skinned men are like the light skin, but the dark skin are like chocolatey.
Wait.
I'm just saying, like, because that's how it is. It's appealing.
Well,
Wait, what did you say his name was? Some Vendros.
Something.
Chocolate Vandross?
He would appreciate that. He would appreciate that.
But no, seriously,
single? No,
I've noticed that switch, the change of chocolate. And
When
definitely.
do you think that switch happened?
90s.
I was about to say.
It wasn't the 90s. 90s was still light bright.
No, but
it
you
was
had
after
those
the
strong
90s.
contenders. It was the
it was
actors hold it down.
It was the late 90s, early 2000s when Diddy,
Diddy, Tyrese, when they
got
started
Tyrese.
to, you know,
Makai Pfeiffer,
Joe.
Omar Epps,
You have a lot of men.
I know he's married. Let me be respectful. But.
You do have a lot of men who stand tall in as far as representation goes, what you see on our screens and stuff like that. You do have a lot of black men that you can like.
What's his name?
Fine.
Omar Epps?
No.
Who?
It was a show. It's,
Tay Diggs?
It's not Queen and Slim. It's Queen
Sugar?
The one that looked like
Queen
you.
Sugar.
I just made that up.
Oh, I'm about to say the one that looked
What's
like
his
you.
name?
Queen Sugar.
Young. I think he's Liberian or Ghanaian.
Ghanaian.
He's
Oh, I
Ghanaian.
know who you're talking about, but I can't think of his name. I know exactly
Something
who
with
you're
a
talking
K.
about. He got the strong
Not
bone
Kwame,
structure.
the one.
I know who you're talking about.
Kofi.
Oh, Davina, you gonna be all right?
Kofi. Wake up! All right, Jada Pinkett.
50 Cent. You know that's her boy.
Right. Nah, she can chill.
I'm saying, let me tell y'all
No,
something.
his name is Kofi, the one who used to date Ducky Thot. Yeah.
Kofi, yeah, he's
Let me
cute.
tell y'all something.
Oh, why she
Don't
put
say
on
nothing.
Sexy voice.
When they
His daughter
say,
is present.
Let me
let me tell y'all
Your husband coming back too.
Right.
real quick. So 50 Cent, right?
He look good.
You like him too?
He's amazing. No, you know what I
He won't.
dislike?
Although say no, he'll.
Don't you even say it, and we're not gonna talk about it.
What? His small feet.
I don't want to talk
He
about
has
it.
small feet.
He's small.
He also only dates light skinned women, so you might have a
No,
chance.
that's not true. That's not true.
He said
He
he doesn't
said-
like dark skinned women.
He said
no.
exotic.
That he doesn't.
No, he said it.
No.
Yes.
Preference is
Wait,
one
why-
thing.
wait,
With the
wait.
last girlfriend that he had.
No. He didn't say that because he ain't met me yet.
No, he did. He did say it, but that's not what he meant. Like, black women are exotic. He noticed that, and if you watch the Lil Wayne interview, he said he clarified it.
He clarified
But-
it because he got shot down.
But no, but
And the
I know,
fans
like,
can't
I started
stand him.
following Nicki Nicole because he was dating her last time,
And it's fine.
when-
That's
and
his
that's when
right.
You're
I
a
noticed.
stalker.
Who, me?
How you gonna follow somebody that's stalking who you
I mean,
love?
she's pretty too, though. So she wins because I follow his new girlfriend too. Cuban Link, I like her.
See,
She's cute.
stalker.
She is cute.
She is cute.
She's cute.
She's really pretty. It's like, okay, 50. But no, I got disturbed when he was about to fight somebody, and I realized he only works out his upper body.
He prison swole.
Yeah, like he only works out his upper body. When I look, I said, "Is that your?" Ow! Like your
He,
bottom half.
he skips leg
And
day
yeah, it's
every
like,
day.
Do 2 size, 3 times too big, and it's like, it's like,
But you
ugh.
still like it though.
I mean, selfies. You know.
So I mean, they say, black people look like monkeys, right?
Who said
Who
that? I've
said
never been
that?
called a monkey in my life.
Y'all never heard
No, I
that?
think some people come from monkeys, but I ain't gonna just say black people.
There is one photo that I always send to V that reminds me of her.
Is it a
the
monkey?
It is. It's messed up.
It's so cute.
Oh,
It's so cute.
I mean, no, don't get me wrong.
I would say I'm gonna post that on Instagram, but
I think there are some people who are directly derived from monkeys. No, I ain't gonna
are
lie.
they black?
Sometimes
They can't be white.
they can. They can.
Show me the white person you said look like monkey.
So Jaden and I had this conversation
Look, Jaden's like, I'm on the spot.
about Offset.
Oh,
He looks like Caesar.
He does.
He looks like something. Is it a bear
Caesar.
though?
No, he looks like
It's
Caesar
Caesar.
from Planet of the Apes.
He does.
Caesar.
Wow.
You know.
But I will
let me
say
be quiet,
this.
'cause I think Caesar is cute.
So that's exactly what we said.
Offset
Caesar,
look good.
yeah, Caesar is fine.
If the apes take over, I'll date Caesar.
So y'all would live in a world with these monkeys.
Huh? First of all, he
Have
is
you
not
never
a
seen
monkey.
Planet of the Apes,
He
the
is an
original?
ape, and he takes
I'm
care of his
ashamed.
family.
I ain't a part of
Look,
that.
Jay-
No.
The original Jaden, not
Wait,
the
hold on.
Caesar
Jaden
one.
was like,
That's how you know who
she
came
was
from
looking
the
up.
monkeys.
She was like, yeah. I said, yeah, but Caesar fine though. She was like,
I mean, Caesar was also wasn't he played by a human, like in costume?
All of them were.
I'm saying so. That's probably why he had looked so like.
But
wait, they were
human-esque.
played by humans in costumes?
but he
The
all
fact-
but
I'm disturbed a little bit.
About what?
Caesar was
Y'all being
strong.
attracted to monkeys.
It's a human in a costume.
Yo, 50 Cent
They
look like
made
a
him look like a
silverback.
human.
Oh.
Can we
A
And he was
gorilla.
fighting for his people. Look.
can we take
Who's a
that out?
silverback? What?
50 Cent.
He looked like stuff.
He looks like hey, I'm about to swing from a tree with 50.
Aren't you married?
I
Look, he's like, you can swing by your damn self.
mean, everybody has their one.
You got like 6.
Right, you said like
I
three
don't.
people.
I don't.
She didn't say who was walking over here like Kofi, Caesar.
Yeah, but he a little soft though. He might as well be light skinned.
No.
See, there we go. Black people
The
messing with.
stereotype.
Look at you. He
How
might
he
as well be
soft,
light
and he might
skinned.
as
You're
well be
terrible.
light-skinned.
You're the
See, no,
problem.
I will say
No,
this.
I'm proving a point. I'm not being serious. I'm proving a
Like
point.
how they say Drake has to just keep singing because he's light skinned. Like that's the only way he gets away with it.
Yeah.
What?
And I agree.
What?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I love it though. I love
And what
Drake.
about Chris Brown?
Chris Brown doesn't do all the extra back and forth. He's typically a pop artist.
But you still
Drake
love
does. Hey, we can just kill these niggas all in one time. Like he does. He says anything out of his mouth. But Chris Brown is not like.
What is
Yeah.
what is that?
He's not doing all the extra stuff. Drake is a rapper, so it's like he has to go back and forth between being hard and sounding like he came from the hood.
No,
of
he
Tennessee.
says it. I'm a pop star. They come
in
into
the
my
pop
house.
songs.
They come into my house.
But when he's talking
They
about
think I'm
like
selling
y'all
drugs,
run
but
up
nah.
and hey, I don't want no problems and hey, all that Drake is portraying one of his alter egos. I don't blame him, but he definitely has to switch it up.
I'm about to get me an alter ego.
Aren't you wearing her now?
Right? No.
What? In my shoes?
This should be your
Right,
altar.
she said, I
What's
got-
her name? Vivian.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay.
That was so quick.
But I just felt it. I just felt Vivian.
Does this look like a
Viv?
Vivian?
Vivian? Not
Maybe
Viv.
a Vicky.
No, I like Viv. I think I realized that I like older names. Like Vivian, Maxine. Like I like these names.
But
Not
I don't want to meet no
Gertrude.
baby named Vivian.
I was just about to say.
You better be
Bernadette.
Bernadette.
How do you look at a newborn and say Vivian? It's like Maxine.
I would name my daughter Maxine.
Martha.
So that
I feel
would
like
be
you
called
shouldn't
Max.
have to name kids till like 6.
So what are you gonna call it?
Hey.
Hey, you.
Are you hungry?
You can never watch my shows. Like that.
Hey, number one. Number two, number three.
Are you hungry?
But because I don't want to see a baby and his name Vivian. What?
Why?
That's grown.
But that's the
You
thing.
better
I
be
know. It's hard when you
born
have
30.
a baby that's an adult name, or vice versa. You have an Abigail, and you see an Abigail adult, and you're like, grow up.
Like really?
What's your name? Abigail. No, it's not.
Really?
That's why it'd be like Abby.
That still sounds childish.
Abby.
Dang.
Charlotte. That's a child's name. Charlotte.
Oh, yeah.
What about Gladys?
And Mindy.
That's old.
She coming for you.
Yeah, no, for real. Like how does she look at her?
Barbara.
But that was somebody else's name. It wasn't like she came up and was like Gladys. You like, are you kidding me? But at least, because it's like when you're handing somebody else's name, you don't even think twice about it. So it's like,
that's true.
she was named after her grandmother.
That's true.
Same with Barbara. Named after
Yeah,
her
like
mom.
everybody's named after somebody. So you looking like
Cynthia
you
named
keep all
after?
the names, name and the thing. But even then, it's not even that's a. It's not a unisex, but it's a, I guess,
age appropriate. It grows with you.
Appropriate name, because you can call it TT, Thea, Cinny, Cinny, like something. But when you go Bernadine, like okay.
Oh, Bernadine, yeah,
Bernadine.
So
I
yeah,
can make it work.
I don't think.
I think I can
like
make any.
it. Look.
I think I can make any.
Did you see how
old
she
name.
just said it?
Because I'm trying to see how I can make it work. Like Bernadine, I could. Bernadine.
Well, y'all name her.
Who?
Vivian. I just told you.
Okay.
Vivon.
Who?
Vivon.
It's either Vivian or it's Ryan.
Ryan or Robin.
Yeah.
You look like you could have been a Robin.
No.
100%.
Definitely.
Why are you so against
I can
it?
see Robin.
She definitely looks
But
like she
that
could have
hair
been.
doesn't give me Robin.
Not the hair, but I'm saying her. She definitely could have been like a Robin.
What name were
I
you
like
supposed to be
Ryan.
named?
Don't ask me that.
Please.
Please.
What
don't.
name was she supposed to be named?
Yes.
Don't ask
Do you
me
know?
Gertrude.
Probably. That's what it sounds like.
Well, what name were you?
It's fine.
Wait.
What's
Why
fine though?
Why are you so
a good name?
Because
Okay.
she's trying to embarrass me.
What was the name?
No, I'm not. I was
she
serious.
is.
I
What
don't
name are
know.
you supposed to be named?
So what name were you
I was
supposed
always supposed to be Monique. I was
See
named
what
after
I'm
her
saying?
best friend.
Always?
And
Yes.
she's always supposed to be Jaden. So what you was
No,
supposed
she
to
wasn't.
What was that?
I wanted to name her Mackenzie.
Oh no.
Oh, thank God she didn't set you up.
Oh my God. I would have been like.
I wanted to name her Mackenzie
What were
or
you supposed to be
Madison.
named?
Portia.
Oh, that wouldn't have been bad. What were you
Yeah,
supposed
that
to be named?
wouldn't. I'm not.
Adrian, if you don't tell me right now.
I'm not saying it. 'Cause
My aunt wanted
dad
to
is
name me
embarrassing.
Portia.
That's cute.
You going to name after your dad?
Portia.
Verna?
No.
Vernadine.
Bernadine? Bernadette?
That would have been decent.
What's your dad's middle name?
Alexander.
Alice?
No. My dad chose the name who he wanted me to be named after.
His mother? What was your grandmother's name?
Maria.
Maria.
But it wasn't her.
What
It was
is the name?
Luversa. See what I'm saying?
Who's naming you?
My dad.
Your first name?
Yes. Luversa.
Can you imagine? I know Gladys said, but what kind of name?
That's why she's kept it basic. Adrian. I'm like, what?
With a whole bunch of letters.
She didn't even give him. The thing is that's hilarious. Is she didn't even give him no part of the name, not the middle name, not the first name. We out.
Lou Versa.
Lou Versa. Imagine that was her name. It would have been Lou Dollars and Lou Versa.
For real.
Y'all would have been
got-
twins.
My mom hates her name.
Lou? Mm-hmm. I mean,
It's a man's name.
Is it?
Eloise?
Yeah.
You're giving out
Lose
names.
a man's name?
Yeah, Lou's a man's name.
Is it Louis a man's name?
No, Lou is a man's name.
I've always-
Every time somebody calls the house and they don't know, they'd be like, your father, or may I speak to Mr. Lou, or
Wow. I guess
Lou
because
is a man's name.
Yeah,
I never
I guess me too. I've
associated
never
it with a
associated
man. But I also don't know any.
And your mom is
I was
not
crying, so I was
androgynous at
laughing.
all. She's so dainty and so like.
my mom.
I think of her like that. Like,
She is
she's
the
she's
least-
a soft person to me. So it's like she makes Lou soft.
Lou Verna?
Lou Versa.
Versa.
Oh,
Get her name
But no,
right.
she comes off as a really soft person. So I don't think of the
Yeah,
name
she
as
does.
being
She's
hard.
very demure.
Yeah, like
my mom.
yes.
But you
What does
also
she do
know
that's
her.
not demure? Like, I mean, you've known her your whole life.
She
was different.
talks soft,
But her
she
now, the
don't-
one that we know, is very like,
Yeah.
hey, how y'all
Hey,
doing?
Yeah.
Y'all want a drink? Y'all
That's like
want
saying
something?
I'm very
Hey,
dainty.
V, you're very not.
You're not.
You've never been.
But
But you don't come off as dainty. She does.
She comes off that way.
I guess it comes with age
You
because
come
she's
off
never been like to me.
heavy.
My mom is like
Yeah, but
backyard race cars.
race cars, no.
No.
Backyard,
She
maybe.
definitely has the sporty like side to her, like the outdoorsy.
Wait, I don't come off as dainty. I'm
No,
Definitely not.
definitely not that.
If I come off as frisky, which I don't think I do, you don't come off as dainty.
Not
You
at
come
all.
off as crazy as hell.
Crazy. I do get
Did
nuts.
you think you're thirsty?
I don't know why. I think I'm dramatic. I don't think I'm frisky.
Confident, but not frisky. But
I think the friskiness just comes from her attitude.
Yeah, but why can't it
That's
be confidence?
confidence.
No. Because confidence is being able to walk in a room, not say nothing. Monique gonna let you know that I'm fine, and you ain't gonna have a problem with me. That's how I feel like the difference is. Like people have confidence. It's like, you know, you can walk around and have confidence. You can look nice, put yourself together, sit there, be quiet, and still be confident about yourself. But it's like her. It's like, I just get I'm a sandwich. I don't know. Like I get an extra little zhuzh from her.
I love it though. It's like, I feel so accurate.
No, for real. Like I get an extra zhuzh of confidence from her, from everything. Like you walk in our apartment, it's like zhuzh, confidence. Like
zhuzh.
Y'all
that is definitely the perfect
word. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I had a problem.
That is.
I'm not saying I have a problem, but it's just like
you just talk about it like,
it's just like, dang. It's nice. Like, every time you turn a corner, it's a new picture. Like, oh, is this the background? It's a plant. It's a chair.
I hate you. I really
it's a step. Pictures on the step. Like, dang, okay. She thought about every detail. That's cool though.
Zhuzh.
That's zhuzh. Yeah, it's like the extra. Maybe it is extraness, but it's like the extra zhuzh. Like, I'm fine. Yeah, you come off crazy.
Crazy.
Silly and crazy. Silly and crazy and happy.
But what's the crazy part though? Because that makes me. Nuts. It sounds dangerous.
No, not like schizophrenic.
Yeah, not psycho.
Like,
just silly. Like you're just silly, have fun, laugh kind of person.
Like kiki.
Like I don't think I know you take things seriously when you need to, but I don't see you as that kind of person. Like you're
according
just so,
to Adrian, I'm like.
When it's time to take it.
When she needs to, she does. But naturally, I think she's just very like, hey, let's have a good time. Let's enjoy life. Let's just
like y'all are stressed.
Let's take some shots.
Yeah, let's take shots before we do this very carefree
stuff. That's very true.
Yeah, good time. That's cool though.
Yeah, that's good.
Aiden's just mean. I'm just kidding.
I'll take it.
And accurate.
She wants people to think
I feel like I have a different personality every day, so I'll take it all.
Oh,
honestly.
she's split.
Seriously. I ain't gonna hold you. I do.
Oh.
Jaden's very confident.
Very.
Yeah.
Am I?
And opinionated.
I think she acts the way you used to before you say you changed.
Jaden is it's opinionated.
Because everybody around you before we were around you constantly says you were conceited.
Oh. No one ever said I was conceited.
Oh, husband.
And he's like, what? Don't turn the camera over.
Look, he said,
He tried to click, clack,
conceited is a very strong word.
Conceited in a good way. I ain't gonna say it in a bad way, but you are really not full of yourself, but feeling herself.
What happened to that V?
Yeah, like, and I feel like that's the way Jaden comes off now. The way she takes time to get dressed. She got on. She's to the T.
She said you ain't looking good.
No. I'm just saying how
you don't smell good.
It's not a thing that you think is. It's not something that you think is a problem when you're doing it. Like, you want to pay attention to the way you look. You want to pay attention to how you look, feel, dress, smell, all that other stuff. But to put
no one says you stink.
She's like, I know I don't pay.
We mean to smell good.
But I'm saying in the sense of how much time, because I was in the mirror, but she got on accessories, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
this was the conversation we had last episode.
Yeah, like she's put together pretty much all around every time I see her, and I feel like that's how you were, or that's how people say that you were, like really into yourself before, I guess, change and kids and
husbands took you down.
Look.
In fact, it's the exact opposite. You was like, like, won't you show more of your body? I'm like, what?
He out here wanting you to be
That's
before
exciting.
Jill.
You should though, before it sags everywhere.
Oh.
Jesus Christ. I'm just saying.
Well,
you know what? Next conversation should be about, we've done complexion. Maybe we should do like
body type
and
I
like
have a lot of opinions on that too.
I don't have time for that.
Can I be here?
I ain't gonna be here.
Because Davina, I always say, and this is totally not in our conversation of today, but this is preview for next time. Like I said, so Davina always says that she thinks I have a lot of sex appeal.
She
and
does.
I think Davina has so much sex appeal, but she doesn't know how to tap into it.
What?
Yes.
I feel the same way.
You're
so
very
weird.
But see, as soon as someone says it, this is what
She
you
gets
do.
disgusted.
So weird.
I says it, you do this. But
I don't know what to do with
But
that.
why do you have to clench your mouth
Why?
like that? She's like
weird.
She acts weird. She's
That's
awkward.
very
when
true,
she-
though.
But
I
that's
feel
her
like if you
problem
wanted
though,
to,
because
you could be
she takes it
really
as a-
sexy.
So sexy.
you
I don't know
wanted
what that means. It makes me feel weird.
It's just
It's
the
the
confidence.
wig.
But the
in
same
yourself.
way you say you feel, I don't think I'm sexy in any way or have any sex appeal.
But
you
she
see
comes
it.
off that way because she's
have
confident.
that. But when people tell you, then all of a sudden you're like, what? Like you gotta go silly. And it's like just be like you exude like not sex, but sexiness. You know, there is.
And it ain't the first time she heard that either. She's like,
It's not.
Yeah, and as soon as you tell her, she's like, oh no.
If you wanted to, you could, but you don't tap into it, and it's all about confidence. Because Auntie Mo, you think that Auntie Mo exudes sexiness because she's very confident in herself and the way she looks. No matter what, Auntie Mo knows that she looks good.
Yeah.
So you take that and it exudes that.
That's what I don't understand.
aura.
I wouldn't say why you don't have that attitude, but you take more time getting dressed than I do.
Anybody I know.
You get what I'm saying? You're always like, you look cute, you this, and it's like, okay, thank you, girl. But you take a lot of time. So when you walk out the house knowing she looks like she took a lot of time, like not in a bad way, but it's like I put myself together. She looks presentable every time we see her. We talk about, you know what I'm saying? She looks presentable.
Talking about me.
No, but she looks presentable every time I see her. So like she said, that confidence is like, I look good, you can't tell me shit, pretty much. And you, I would think that you would give that attitude.
Yes.
Like I don't think you're not confident about yourself, but given that attitude because you take the time to do so. Like
I think you're
look
confident
good.
about yourself
Like,
in
But the thing
different
about
areas.
Davina is that she doesn't even have to take the like. I feel like I got to put in some work. This don't come naturally.
Yeah.
I mean, it does, but it doesn't come naturally. But Davina naturally could throw on a wig or throw her a scarf on and some jeans and a t-shirt and look bomb. And it's like, dang, bro, why don't you see that? Like, you are bomb.
because I think she has an idea or a perception of sexy that doesn't leave her
we gonna
mind.
talk
she
about
thinks
it.
it's skin show and booty out.
Yes. And it's
Body
not.
shape,
And
all that type of
it
stuff.
comes in different forms, honestly. That's it. Just tap in.
Hey, tap, tap.
Yeah.
That's the end of the show
How
right
you
there.
just-
That should have been the end of it right there. Just tap.
First of all, this was not about me, and thank you so much for
That's the
tuning
preview
in.
to the next week.
It is.
As Stephanie said, that's the most important part of the show. What's happening next week?
Oh,
Who said that?
Stephanie.
Oh, nice. What's happening next week?
We need to
Talking
start
about
doing
how to make you
previews.
sexy.
Dress me up.
Fashion show, APAN style. Oh.
Ooh, don't threaten me with a good time.
Can I do somebody's makeup like a drag queen?
Absolutely not mine.
Okay.
I don't let no light skin people do my makeup.
No, I do think for next time.
You ain't never seen a black shade before.
I will say when I was working at the makeup counter that I don't do light skinned people's makeup.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say I
That's
don't
very
do
true.
it. They sent all the darker, fair skinned women to me. I mean, not fair, but like darker, huge tone women to me. Hey, help me. But I noticed when I got to women of different cultures or lighter skinned women, they always wanted to appear lighter than what they were, and I couldn't get with it. So
Yeah,
y'all go to them.
I've
Let
always
them
had white women do my makeup.
put you with the alabaster.
That makes sense.
Always. Whenever I've gotten my
And
makeup
anytime
done.
a white person or even like some of the light skinned black women have done mine, I come out looking gray. Disgusting.
Always. For the wedding, it was a white lady who did my makeup.
I don't remember the wedding.
Not at all.
No one does.
it was fun though.
Right. It was so much fun.
Oh, you were there.
She was
That
there.
wedding, Lord.
We need to do a white party.
I do think though for our next not topic, but to extend off of this would be to bring men on, because as a brown skinned woman, I feel like the most effects that I've had, or like the most input that I've had, have come from men.
100%.
Like women, I have light skinned friends, I have dark skinned friends. My family's filled with literally every hue of women you can think of. There's no like, we're not a family of all dark skins. Like my grandfather looked white, my grandmother is black. Like, you know, they had all different raised children. But when it comes to the men, the pretty for a dark girl, I don't get those compliments from females. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get those compliments from females. I don't get the preferences of light or dark from females. I get them from men. So
Yeah.
I do think that'll be a good thing.
That is a good one.
That's what
I do think it'll be a good thing to discuss, because I don't think our black men, especially the ones we're supposed to be loving on and caring for, realize how much they affect the black women in the community. Because we're supposed to be uplifting y'all. And I can honestly say, I don't want nobody from no other race. I can honestly say that. Like, I don't want somebody else. Like, I don't want them, and I don't like the fact that we have to be, as black women, the first thing we have to do is be open to another race to feel loved on. You know? That's irritating to me. That's another thing. That's a conversation for another day, but we should have that conversation.
That's a good idea. Who gave you that?
Me.
Lies. You don't get no appreciation. No, but I agree.
Y'all been talking for too long. That's why I was.
Is it really?
An hour 40 minutes. We ain't got the time.
We ain't got the time.
Hey, thank you so much for you guys being on the show and having a conversation
so
with us.
Yes.
Keep up the passion.
It's
You are the
amazing.
change we need to see in this film world. So y'all fund her.
Oh yeah.
Make her some movie money.
Should I plug my socials?
Please do.
Plug your socials. Take some pics.
My photography account, because I do that, is Dope Vibes Photography, and then my personal is JVVDVN.
Say that again slower.
J
Dope Vibes. Hold on, we still on Dope Vibes. Vibes with an S or a Z?
Dope Vibes with a Z Photography.
So you gotta
See, my bad. And then my personal is JVVDVN.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look her up. She's everything.
Thanks.
So
She got
first
on
of
the
all,
beret.
just go to her photography page. Don't none of y'all need to be on her personal page.
She run it. Look at her. She's I'm a click.
Are you private?
No.
We
Wait,
need
no,
to have
my
a
outfit.
separate conversation off air.
Wait, no, my outfits are too cute to be private. My outfits are cute on my
You
personal.
know Deidre's listening.
My outfits are cute.
She said,
Mother, did
I'm
you know this?
public to the
Yeah,
world.
no.
Catch me in different
You did
cities.
I say, yeah, I know, but why do you have Dope Vibes Photography? It's so long.
Look, man, we're still figuring it out. It'll probably change next week.
Look, management.
Right.
When I grabbed the domain, I grabbed all the social media, just Dope Vibes. All you had to do was just ask.
How you gonna tell the people?
Look,
What?
we show.
She said we own that.
Right.
That's what we do.
we grab domain.
It'll probably change next week. I'm still trying to figure
It's
it
like
out.
mom.
No, just
She said no, we bought it. It's
Right.
that's what you
we'll talk about that.
We'll work on it.
Anyway, great episode, guys. Thanks for having
No,
us.
plug yourself.
I don't.
Cameo
I'm not on social
Mo.
media.
She said
Private.
this is the plug.
Cameo
You see me
Mo.
on screen.
Literally, I'm not on social media.
Hey, well, follow us.
Follow me on LinkedIn.
Oh,
I'm serious.
no, we know.
Dope Vibes Photography. Cameo with Mo. AD.
What's your social?
It's on there.
Don't follow me on nothing.
Right. No, follow a podcast about, because if you're looking for me to do something, I ain't gonna do it. Not on the internet.
Exactly.
Follow a podcast about everywhere.
Everywhere.
It's the same across all platforms. Go subscribe, watch our episodes, and follow us before we get in trouble.
Please.
Y'all be getting in trouble by management.
What?
Yes.
Management ain't no joke.
Not at all.
Management.
Thank you guys so much. Like we said, stay tuned. We have more great stuff for y'all.
Let's go burn our sage.
Hey,
Let me go take off this wig and be natural.
Get some patchouli.
Oh,
Right.
just kidding.
Eat some fried chicken.
I guess I came ready with the dreads, huh?
Did she say eat fried chicken or watermelon? Thanks so
I
much.
definitely have
Thanks.
3 watermelons at the house.
You know what? This
We gotta
This
go.
is it. We're done. We're done. See,
Blame them, not me. I ain't do nothing. Okay, bye.